So, if you're in cohort A or B and you've been coming to the music classroom for our past few music classes, you know that music looks really different this year. We're not supposed to sing in the music classroom because singing spreads more germs than talking. To produce a sound and sing and hold your notes, you need to use a lot more air and more force to get the sound out. So, we're not going to be singing at all in the music classroom until we know that it's safe. It's also really hard to play instruments in the music classroom right now because everything that a student touches has to be cleaned, disinfected, and sanitized to make sure that it's safe and we're not spreading germs that way. So, what's my answer to all of this? My answer is in music to find ways that we can work on our listening skills and to find ways to play music that don't require singing or instruments. One of my favorite things to do in the music classroom anyway is to practice something called body percussion. We're going to be using body percussion so much in the music classroom this year. And of course, our virtual learners are going to be using body percussion as well. I want to make sure that you really understand what it is. Start by defining the word percussion. You've probably, definitely heard this word in the music classroom before, unless you're in kindergarten. Percussion is a group of instruments. It's the name for a family of instruments, actually. These are all the instruments that you tap, scrape, rub, or shake to make a sound. Examples of percussion instruments that we have right in our music classroom are drums, maracas, cymbals, shaker eggs, and xylophones. Now let's put the two words together. Body plus percussion equals body percussion. And I bet if you think about it, you can figure out what that means. Body percussion is when we make percussion sounds, but instead of using instruments, we use our body instead. I bet if you can think about it right now that you could come up with 3 or 4 body percussion sounds that we use all the time. Think for 1 minute with me. One example I just came up with of body percussion is a snap, a clap, a pat on our leg, and a stomp. These are the 4 most common forms of body percussion. For your assignment today, I want you to watch 2 videos that are attached to this assignment. Both show you an example of body percussion. The first one is a very short clip of someone teaching some young children a really quick body percussion routine. The second one is a little bit more complicated. The second video that I'm going to attach to this assignment is a professional body percussion group. And they're practicing some body percussion to the song called In the Hall of the Mountain King, which is a really famous piece of music that we've actually looked at in the music classroom before if you're in the upper grades. After you watch the 2 videos, you can respond to this activity in 2 different ways. The first way is by sharing a video with me of you practicing the routine that was taught in the first video. It's really short and pretty simple, and I bet after a little bit of practice, you'll be able to share it with me. If you're on Seesaw, you can just put in a video response to the activity. If you're in Google Classroom, you'll need to use the Flipgrid link that is listed in the activity. If you're in Google Classroom, remember you also have to turn in the assignment so that I can give you a grade. So when you're submitting a Flipgrid video, it has to be both the Flipgrid video and turn in the assignment on Google Classroom. If you're in Seesaw, don't worry about that. Your program is a little bit easier for videos and you can just send me a video response. If you don't want to send me a video response, you can also send me a written statement telling me what body percussion is in your own words.